I actually started to make this guitar like a guitar of my own that I would really play. So Finn kind of gave me the initial spark to make this a project. And once I finished this with Finn, this was a pre-recorded thing in summer when he was visiting me here. We were still wearing, you know, short sleeves t-shirts. I found, yeah, it's improving, it's getting there. But then when he left, I thought, you know, it's not bad, but it could be better. Because I know some better vintage guitars. I have a friend who is a collector, and he has a 56 Strat. And yeah, I know that guitar, and that guitar has more wood in the tone. Yeah? And then I thought, you know what? On one of my trips visiting Andreas Kloppmann, the guy that is famous for his pickups, we had him on another episode. I simply brought my guitar to his workshop in Bremen, showed him the guitar and simply asked, what would you do to this guitar? And he played the guitar. He thought, hey, it's not bad. And then suddenly he was digging in deeper. He took the scratch plate off. He was measuring the pots. He was, in the end, changing everything. The pots, the pickups. So the whole electronics was different. And this was already a huge improvement. And my question to you is there anything we can improve? Andreas, I found this Tokai Strat maple neck.
Yes, nice one. Beautiful
yeah,
wood.
it's a ST100, you know. So it's supposed.
Still one of those with the serial on the. Is this serial or the model number?
I was told that this is like a limited serial of 100 pieces. I don't know which number that is. Maybe there's another one here.
Beautiful.
This is 39. Yeah, and. Japanese craftsmanship. I had thick strings on it and I didn't play it for many reasons. But now I thought, you know, give it a chance, get it to life. So I put on my usual 9-to-46 strings, made the settings like floating bridge kind of things. And my question to you is there anything we can improve? Pickup wise or
let's see. Usually these guitars are just great.
So let's listen. Bridge pickup. Middle pickup. And neck.
Sounds really good.
Okay, any ideas? Let's try some of your pickups. You have a killer set, which is the 54.
In fact, yeah, I got two kinds of 50 sets. It's like the early ones, 54, the big mellow tone, and then the 56s that are mostly similar to these, I guess. But just like let's take a look inside of here and let's see what we find.
Let's try maybe the 56 first, when you say that this is closer to these, so we can have kind of an A-B comparison.
Yeah, yeah.
And then,
good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe switch to the 54s later.
Later, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
just
all yours.
Rip it apart and see what we got.
Yeah.
Oh, I just see it's. Is it an iron bar?
I'm not sure.
So we check it with a magnet. If this is
okay.
If this is zinc or iron. So this is iron. This is good.
That's good.
Yeah.
The mass is proper.
They did a good job on this. So I'm gonna take off the strings with my pack winder. It's some kind of 5-way switch, but not really. Some kind of modified 3-way.
Yeah, but this is cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even more authentic. I mean, and look what I found.
Wow, we can use that later.
Okay.
Looks worse than it sounded.
Yeah, it sounds much better than it looks. Japanese pots. I think the pots I know.
Some cheesy stuff here.
Yeah.
You look at that 5-way switch, but that's the way they did it. It is.
Yeah.
This is from. It's from the 80s.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, someone tried the Hendrix mod over here.
I see. Yeah, flip around.
Ah. But it's a nicer kitchen work here. I saw worse things than that.
Okay. Well, if the scratch plate is back, it's okay. I think we switch on
Yes,
the soldering
it could
iron.
be useful.
Yeah, I see it coming.
Said that. No, I saw it coming.
Yeah.
Oh. So,
I think this is the IKEA one, right?
no, this is the IKEA one. That's better.
Okay. I have the same. Where
I
did
don't
you
know
get?
where it came from. Just appeared one day.
Yeah, I got the same shit.
And this was with my box spring bed. It's a really great tool. I have 2 of those.
So buy more beds.
IKEA.
IKEA bed mounting device.
So I guess we take this one out because I have to use a little force on this one. Yep,
Okay, that's it.
there it goes.
I mean, in case you want to use it
Yeah.
again, here it is. But
We'll sooner go with the Switchcraft socket in the end. So
okay, proper stuff.
yeah.
That's very important. Clean it on your pens.
Yeah, so you have think which kind of pants you wear when you go to the
Don't wear your Sunday pants and don't get the nicky stuff that might burn.
yeah, no plastic.
Yeah.
Last time when I bought a pair of jeans, they told me, oh, they always have this kind of stretchy stuff.
Stretchy,
10% in there.
And-
Is it plastic? So
Don't do it. Shielded cables. Interesting.
yeah. So that's the thing Leo Fender wouldn't have done, because
Yeah.
this gives a kind of
Capacitors.
capacity
Yeah.
to the leads, and this changes the sound of the pickup.
Pickups. Sure. It's a load.
And Leo Fender knew about these things.
Yeah.
So the guitar can go away for a while.
It's stuck here. I hold it. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
First we unsolder the pickups. How did they do that?
That's not too bad, huh?
Ah,
Cloth wire for, or is it even? No, it's just cloth wire.
yeah.
Yeah, but the pickup wires looks cheesy,
Yes, they are.
and also the shiny bottom plates, or what that is called, the black bottom.
There's a breastplate.
Yeah, that looks cheesy. Okay, it might not affect the sound, but
you never know. I'll check the pots first. What values we will have here, because this is quite
essential to know.
Yes, this is because the value of the pots damps down the resonant frequency to a certain point, and different values
so
will
lower
lead to different sounds.
Lower values will make more dampening, and higher values less dampening.
This is 244.
That's good.
Quite okay.
Yeah. 220. Oops.
It's kind of low. Is it turned up? Yes.
170.
Yeah, that's what I thought when you played the guitar on the neck pickup.
It's too dull.
Yeah, it's quite a kind of mellow then.
Yeah, it's too mellow.
I thought about that, finding pots like this.
And that's even worse.
Just see if it's turned to the end.
Wow.
What's that? Can't believe it. I just unsoldered the wire just to be sure.
Yeah. There's no funky stuff.
Where this comes from.
Do the twist.
Baby, baby, baby. So here we go again.
Still the same.
Nope. So this is
wrong.
Not enough. So this was just a bit too low, and the other was far too low. Oh, this is not a bit too low. This is far too low.
Yeah.
So
the volume pot is the only one that we can really use. And the funny thing, it says analog 250K. So what's written here is not what you can measure.
Nope.
So if, when people
that's
watch
the reason
this,
why I do this every time.
Absolutely, the tolerances are so high, and so you need to be sure.
Seeing is believing.
Yeah.
In this case, at least. So let's take out the little puppies. Oh, these are hardened.
Okay. Too old.
Too old. But maybe we can sell them on the net. Hardened donuts for $100.
Do people actually want that?
Yeah, you can find on Eddie Vegas.
Really?
Real donuts from 60 any watt.
And they are, klar.
And he's going 100 or $200 for that.
Holy crap! That's
Just think if you have an almost original Strat, and just the only thing missing was the original donuts. So these are just Tokai donuts. So these just worth a real donut, not more.
Okay.
So these aren't even the right screws. So they all got metric threads. So we're going to change these too.
There's more screws, more donuts.
So I would almost recommend, and having all this stuff new, taking this out as one part.
Okay.
Putting it away like the original thing. We could even think about having a complete guard.
Yeah.
Newly done. But this guard is quite nice. It's some natural aging to it.
Yeah.
So we just take that off and build it up.
From scratch.
From the scratch, yeah.
Yeah, see, this is how it goes. You start with one idea and you think, oh, it's maybe an easy fix, and then suddenly you understand,
Yeah.
it
Some
is
kind of strange at that point, but because there wasn't really a need of this, because the guitar sounded good,
Well,
but maybe we could put it on an even better point.
this is the challenge. Let's see if we get there.
Don't do this at home. So
My feeling is that the two tone ports and the volume ports don't belong to each other. The volume has a different color.
really,
But who cares? Minor things. If I want to go all the way, I have some other knobs at home and can try to find some that match.
don't film this. I have to use the one size fits all on this point
Yeah.
for a short moment.
Yeah, the problem is that might be Japanese and they might be skinnier. Maybe it's not
They
the
are.
same diameter. We can run into the next problem here.
Yeah,
Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I think it's...
these are not the IKEA dimensions. So we
Yeah.
took the
And the
thing
same...
out.
Oh, they have an extra shielding foil. That's not too bad, actually. I like that.
So, okay, so we put that here and here, and starting to build up the new thing. Let's see if the new shielding fits this guard.
Probably not.
How good?
Oh, really? Does it?
Yes, it's not too bad.
Wow. Okay, Japanese.
Not exactly. Yeah, Japanese and Chinese and
Yeah.
new Japanese and old Japanese to new Chinese stuff. That's okay.
Okay, cool.
That's okay. So we just have to check out for
Pots.
some new parts. So this is the 255 to 265 box, and this is the 45 to 55 box. And let's see what we can find. It says it's a 53, 50. This is fine for a volume. So we go close to 250 exactly. I think I had to ream this hole, these holes a bit. Maybe. Okay.
Okay, it's not that bad.
Nope.
I had pots that were so skinny.
Excuse me. Putting in a fresh CRL.
Yeah, these are the good switches. So they feel different, And they last longer.
Yes.
I had tried different switches in the past, and this is like, CRL is the only switch that I really trust in the end.
If you put in a new switch CRL, just be sure that this springy thing shows to the outside, not to the inside.
Yeah.
Because many guitars that have shielding will touch the
ground.
The ground, and the connectors, then the leads.
Okay.
And okay. Leave them loose to the end and fix them later. When all pots are in and all pickup screws are in. Okay. So I was like, the pots for the tone a little bit higher, so we're going to this 256 to 265 box. Hey.
Which will make the tone a bit more open.
Yeah, because the resistor of the tone pot and the capacitor on series, it doesn't matter so much how high the value is, but it has to be on a certain level. If you take the value of the pot a little bit higher, you can go down anyway.
Okay.
But you can't go up if it's too low.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I see. Yeah.
I always like to go up here a bit, so that you could have a brighter sound and go down
if you want to.
If you want to, yes. You could even use 500 pots for a Strat. I already did this for some kind of customer that wanted this brighty bright 80s shing-a-ding-a-ding in-between sound. Some call it the...
Yeah. But not for volume pots. On volume pots...
No, on the volume pots is more critical for the damping of the resonance.
Yeah.
So...
500K on the volume sounds not like a Strat anymore. It sounds like synthesized to me. Okay, this is pretty...
53.
50. Oops. Yeah.
59, so we put that 59 down here. Oh, let's see. So, put this in a certain way, because we have to go with the lead from one to the other.
Yeah, and it can go straight.
Yeah, we go face to face with the middle and the outer.
Cool. So we start with 56 then? Yeah.
Yeah, that was your proposal, so we're going to do that way. Okay. These go back in the box. Yes.
So if the pickups touch magnets, is it good for the magnets? Is it bad for the magnets? Does it affect any of the magnetism?
Yeah, if they let them stick together and they have magnetic field in the same direction, that's good for the pickups, because this keeps
the magnetism inside the magnets.
That's it.
Okay.
But if you put them loose in a drawer, maybe
they will demagnetize each other,
and you pull in and push out the drawer. You will move them, and so you'll lose some magnetic field then.
I see.
Strength.
Do you like a specific magnetism on the pickups, or is it rather high, strong, or weaker? What is your...
Depends on what kind of tone you're aiming for.
So that's not a general thing?
No. On old Strats, the magnetic field is very strong, very often. It's even stronger than you can have from Alnico 5 from modern types. So these old
magnets.
Yeah, this is just a mare of weakened magnets on Strats. So, and even on jazz basses, I found mega strong magnets on jazz basses.
Cool. See.
So we're gonna do the whole wiring. Okay. Let's go ahead. So.
You can do standard wiring because...
I do the standard wiring.
Because I can still do my thing with the dummy coil once I decided what I wanted to do with the guitar. For now, it will be original.
I put the wires the way I found it on old Strats, because I think even the way you put the wires
makes a sound difference.
Makes a sound difference, yes.
I noticed this when I changed the pickup in my Les Paul. You know, when I swapped the pickup, the last pickup you gave me, you hear what I'm doing with the wires. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, on the Les Paul, it's so important.
Yeah.
If you shorten the wire or not, the braided shield wire, or if you just push back the
shielding,
the braid, the shield, it's just changing
the high frequencies.
Yeah, again the capacitor load, capacitance of the wire, and this again moves and sharpens or mellows the resonant peak. So this all leads to different sounds then. I once restored a 59 Stratocaster, and the guy I did it for, he gave me a bunch of photos how I had to do this. And since that day, I'm copying this wiring on each guitar that I'm doing.
Okay.
So that all pickup leads go together
in the same way.
In a bunch.
Yeah.
And then having all these three go together over here.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah. Cutting it down to the same length.
That's the good thing about a cloth wire. You can, move that cloth back.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Did you notice a difference in old pots and new pots? I mean, you know, people that collect guitars, they rave about 64 original pots and blah, blah, blah. Did you notice any tonal differences from vintage pots to modern?
I'm sorry, definitely yes.
Okay.
I had a more modern CTS pot in my 62 Strat for all the years since the 80s. I got that guitar, and even had that original pot, but the half was broken because it's from aluminum, and half was broken off.
Yeah.
But I kept it, and the tone pots were original.
Yeah, and then you swapped one of the tone.
No, I didn't do that. I thought, oh, this just doesn't matter. I take a new one.
Yeah.
And I played my 62 Strat for 30 years.
Yeah.
30 years with the CTS pod. And it always was great.
Yeah.
And I guess it was 5-6 years ago, I had that guy who, we were talking about pots, and he said, I know a guy, he specializes in getting old pots.
Okay.
And he said, what year is your Strat? I said, it's a 62. And what month? I guess it's a September. Okay, I give it a try. And he brought me an April 62 pot.
Wow.
Yeah. $200.
Of course.
Of course, but it's my 62 Strat. I love it. I have it since way back when.
And it totally matches.
And I put it in.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, fuck mio, what's that?
So
just gives that the icing on the cake where you get the shivers.
Yeah.
You think, no, this isn't true.
Okay.
I was about to remove it again, put in the old CTS to see the difference, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's too good.
I had the same with the jazz bass. I had a jazz bass for sale, and the original customer had changed the whole electronics because the old style used to rattle a bit and make noises, and so he was a professional musician, so he put the whole plate, he changed out with a new one, and I always had shown this bass to customers with this new plate.
Yeah.
And then a customer finally came and decided to buy that bass and asked me, please build in the original electronics. And this is the second time where I just said, I can't believe it.
How much the difference is.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is how it is. Sorry, guys.
I don't know why, but it is
a fact.
Like, I don't know why.
It is a fact. Yeah, it is a fact.
So, come here. Oh, you wires.
Yeah.
Okay. So the modern wiring is to put that lower part as well for damping of the bridge pickup. Do you want that?
No.
Or no, just the standard?
Please standard, because I like bridge.
Naked bridge.
Naked bridge.
Yeah.
Give me the the plain bridge as it is.
So this is just for that.
I found out that this modern wiring is maybe practical, but it kills.
Yes, a typical tone. Yes, this is what I think.
Yeah, and so I don't want that. I mean, it's funny. My dummy coil kills also a lot, but that thing is important to me. I have one Strat where I can have a push-push switch that allows me to have that modern wiring or the original one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I can flip the switch in a second, and you can tell what's the difference is. Because I was so curious, I kind of made me one guitar that offers both. And
that's the good thing about this circuit that was in the American Standard Strats in the 80s.
Yeah.
How is it called? The stacked pot.
Ah, yeah.
With a resistor on it. How did Fender call it?
Oh, I don't remember, but...
this kind of tone control is if they have this notch on the middle,
and you can have both.
You can if you pull it up on 10, it's just like no tone pot.
Yeah.
And you can dial it in on the notch. It's like a tone pot with not use, and then
you can get it dark on the other side.
Yeah, a good thing, but most of the people didn't.
It's too complicated.
Yeah, you didn't understand what that was.
Yeah, but for me, the thing on the guitar is, I want the guitar as simple as possible. For some reason, I can deal with more complex stuff on amps and effects, but on the guitar itself, I need a standard and as much character as possible. And then, you know, all the stuff that once it's there in the guitar, I can still decide if I use any pedals or no pedals or what I do.
Right.
So I was never a big fan of all these options that you can have, you know, also with like switches that give you more options, and some of them are kind of nice. I had what was it called? The Strat, you know, the one with the...
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Thick switch with how many positions with humbucking modes.
Yeah, you had a 5-way switch.
And
it was 5 sounds, and then you could turn the lower button, and you have 5 different sounds with series and stuff like that.
But
I never liked putting Fender pickups in series.
Yeah,
it's not a good sound.
Yeah, so I had fun with it for half a year, and then I thought, you know what, I don't want that. I just want the Strat as it is. That magic bridge from the 2 levels, from one side to the other.
Yeah, you must not forget this.
Yeah.
So, we need a cap. In the 50s, Fender had a folded foil cap. It was isolated with wax paper, and I always use a standard foil capacitor for this.
Okay.
You take the standard 100 nanos for this.
Yeah.
And
which is nice and dark.
Yeah, it widens the sound in a way.
Yeah.
So ceramics make more focused mids, biting mids, and
the foil.
Also, low values will give more focused mids, and higher values and foils will give a very wide rangey sound. So, I love this about 50 Strats. An important thing you have to care for is what side of the capacitor goes to ground. Many people believe that this doesn't matter much, but it does. I made many tests with that. You can nicely do that on tellies and even on Les Pauls.
Yeah.
Getting out with those little clips.
Yeah.
And then putting the capacitors on the clip and just
swap the direction.
Yeah, swap the direction and swap the different caps.
And you hear the difference.
Yeah, what the difference is. So I did that several times.
And it's proven to be important.
Yes.
So guys, you know, it's not that easy.
So on a foil cap, it's mostly that way. If you can read the things printed on the left side, it would go to ground. But I'd really, really recommend before you build in a cap that you don't know, just try to listen to it from both sides. I never ever had a cap that sounded the same in both directions.
See, this is not in the books, and this is what makes differences. And all these little differences, they add up to the tone.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I cannot explain. I don't know why.
Well, it doesn't matter as long as you can prove that there is a difference and you like one better than the other, there is a fact.
It's just from my experiences that this does matter.
Yeah.
So what it's unoriginal on Strat, but what I always do is put extra grounding wires on the pot.
To connect them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To give little extra shielding.
Make sure that when the shielding plate has no contact or whatever.
Yeah. If a wiring is new, this would work.
Yeah, but you know, there might come up some dirt or corrosion, and then you get a noisy guitar. And nicely soldered ground. In general, you know, ground is important.
Yes.
And of course, if you overdo it, you will get kind of a capacitor effect and kill high end. But this is not doing that.
Yeah, or moving resonances.
Yeah.
Some more heat on the soldering iron, so that's easier to solder on the pots. Always need some kind of extra heat for the pots because they are big and take away the heat.
Sure. Is this still lead solder or is it lead-free solder?
No, it's lead-free.
Ah, okay.
Because I'm doing that every day and I'm doing it for customers.
Okay,
and it's a law in Germany.
Okay, I do it for myself and I have the old stuff.
You can go home and
do my own at my own
poison
risk.
yourself with lead. I would do the same, but here in the store I have to do.
The legal appropriate.
The misled unleaded.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay.
So we just need 2 wires for connection. I need some more black wires over here. So, now we're close to it.
So when you sell pickups to customers and you see what they do with the pickups, do you see that many people do mistakes when they kind of put them in their guitars, or is it
not too often?
Not too often.
Not too often.
So they kind of copy what's in the guitar and just disconnect one wire, and so that's not critical. Okay.
I could have done that to this guitar the same, but as we saw, the pots had
two different values.
So we had the opportunity to see how to build up
a scratch plate from scratch.
The complete circuit.
Yeah. Okay. It's first it's a good exercise, but on the other hand, now we can make sure that we really listen to those pickups in the appropriate way.
Yes.
I think you need more heat. I give you all the heat. Max.
Oh, thanks. That
Ready?
was enough. Thanks.
Okay. I go back.
So that's it. Almost. One thing is missing.
What?
The 1/2 inch.
Oh.
Paper tape.
Oh, this is wow.
Yeah,
the original.
Yeah, finally Stumac had this.
Yeah.
After years of not having this.
Nice.
So I always used the 20mm stuff for years and years, but now I have the right thing here to make it even look like an
more authentic, yeah.
So this is fun.
Nice.
Wonderful. So
could work. Shall I get the guitar?
yeah. Set the pickup heights.
No. But you can immediately tell the pots were so dull compared to what we got here, and the pickups now really talk. So okay, last magic, the setting. So
setting pickup.
My usual stuff is this goes high, this goes a little bit lower, and
I always grab the guitar to put down all strings on the last fret.
Yeah.
And then see how the distance is from the poles to the fretted string, and then putting them all the same height. You like the middle pickup a little bit lower?
I don't mind.
I'll show you. I will do it like this.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay, let's compare. Let me here. So this.
Even bigger.
Yeah. And you know, it helped especially. I mean, I'm just playing the bridge now, but you know, the amp already is distorting.
Really good guitar.
Yeah, I like it. Also the in-betweens.
The good old springy sound guitar is.
Yeah.
Hey, so this even was an improvement.
Absolutely. So my idea is I will check that guitar. I will also check it with some other maple strats, real ones, old ones.
Yeah.
And then let's see where we are. Maybe that's the final round already? Or
maybe, but we have to give the 54s a try.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, not today.
Not today.
I will take this as it is, work with it, and get a feel for it, and then compare it to my other one, and then
sure,
we take the next round. Yeah, but this is absolutely amazing to see. Yeah, what you can do when you
with a good guitar.
Yeah,
good sounding guitar.
Yeah. Okie dokes. Now let's see if we get some improvements by changing the bridge. This is a Year 1 hardware by Wilkinson. The VS54 bridge. Okay, before we have the original bridge, and this is how it sounds. Okay, so, wow. Change the bridge means I have to get rid of the strings. You know what? Let's do it that way. Come on. La 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 la. Oh, I used the original screws, fuck it. Fucking hell. So, too much. Okay. The middle screws don't need to be any tight. They're just there to guide it a little bit. So let's check the edge screws. Okay, that's too much. This is ideal. And here I can feel it. Okay, this is it. Okay. We know that the springs also do sound. Therefore, I use these springs. Next thing is letzter Versuch. Danach gibt es eine neue Seite. Ja, die ist hier, aber die ist nicht durchs Loch. Yeah, I think there's more definition. Of course, I have to set up the bridge, but first impression, more definition. Cool. So, where do we have to set the springs? This is way too high now. Okay, which means we have to tighten the screws. 1, 2, 3. And even more. Okay, the saddles are way too high. Oh, ich kriege. Okay, last comparison. Neck. Neck. Yeah, a lot more definition. I'm excited. Yeah, that's it. The VS54 bridge. So there was already a lot of definition. And then when I was playing the guitar, I felt like, you know what? Hey, the edge of the fretboard was not my style. I like vintage guitars that have been played for ages. And all these guitars have been refretted, which means you put in new frets, and then when you do the fret job, you cut the edges, and then the neck gets a little bit rounder. So I gave this guitar to my dear friend Robert Volpatti, asking him to put on my favorite frets, which are Dunlops 6105s, you know, medium jumbos, high, because the original frets were kind of vintage frets, vintage specs, not as high and very, very thin, spaghetti frets. And now the feel is different. So that's another element I have done to the guitar. Yeah, I think this bridge, the VS54 bridge, sounds really good on this guitar. Now I'd like to go all the way. It feels a bit corny. The edge of the fretboard is too new. I have memorized the feel of vintage Strats, which means they have been played for all the years and been refretted. So my idea is to give this guitar to my dear friend Robert Volpatti, who knows what I want, and he can smoothen the edge of the fretboard here, and then maybe even put on the frets that I like the most, which is the Dunlop 6005, you know, the medium jumbos, which are a bit wider and a bit taller. So this is the original frets from the Tokai guitar, which is vintage specs, but the vintage frets to me are too skinny. It's not my cup of tea. Yeah, let's check out how this guitar will sound after the next treatment. Pimp Your Ex. I'm excited to see what we get back. Yeah, now this guitar has the magic, and this guitar is now, you know, in my hands, feels right, and it's a joy to play it. So the idea of what you see now is pimp your ex. You know, if you have a guitar that is not doing what you expect from a guitar, there are a few things you can double check, you can improve. And of course, I went all the way because I have all my nice friends who did all the work. But you can see which part does what aspects in the whole process of a guitar. Different strings, different pickups, different potties, different bridge, different frets. I left the paint job because this is pretty good, but these are all the aspects that came to mind how to improve that guitar. Maybe you think it's a bit too much. Yes, but I use that as an example to show you what all can be done. And if you do just one thing, because you can improve a lot by just enhancing the weakest point. You know, you make so much better tone if you just have the weakest thing fixed in a way. And the most important thing is also to do the setup right. So I spent last night at least 1 hour to get, you know, the tremolo the way I like it, so it bends up a minor third, to make the adjustment of the saddle's intonation right, to get the height right, so the bends still work, but the action is not too high. So you have to give it, you know, some time, a little love, and then it's an instrument that you really will enjoy playing. And this can be applied to most other guitars if they are not totally crap.